Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm saying that because I'm feeling better.
Yeah. Just before you got here, after I messaged that I was ready, I immediately had allergies and I just sneezed for like 5 minutes straight. And I
Cool.
Yeah, I'm miserable right now at the moment, but it's fine. It's whatever. So very big podcast today. You can go first, like always.
Oh, jeez. Where do I start?
Yeah.
Okay, no. First thing. So, we're gonna play a Wii game today.
Okay.
And I just wanted to get your live reaction. So, I got it on Amazon. We're gonna be playing Deal or No Deal on Wii.
Yeah.
And, they had like a bunch of offers for like the condition for like new. It was like $20. I'm like, I don't want to spend $20 on. So I was like, let me get a used one for like maybe like less than $10.
Yeah.
So came in Thursday, and I'll get you a little reaction.
Okay.
Because of the condition and just this.
Wow. Plastic and everything. Nope. Never mind. Look like it's in plastic. There's
It's used.
Yeah, Harry Mandel. Yeah.
Look at like we're not messing around. This is the 2011 special.
Okay.
Look at the I love the Wii graphic.
Yeah. Doesn't look too good. There is it COVID related or something?
Oh, man, I can't wait for those.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the manual.
This is just Howie Mandel plastered all over everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Look at
The disc.
Yeah, it looks alright.
Yeah. Looks like very new. Got the
case though.
Rainbow and everything.
It's just so hilarious that something came in that was like kind of dusty and like a brand new Amazon package. Like, here's your used
Nintendo Wii game.
Yeah. They were bringing the game back, but they're like changing it. That was not a good snap. Did I just break the case?
I don't know.
I just heard like oh.
It does that. Yeah.
It's like all loppy. This was like, man. As soon as I saw the 2011 special edition, it literally hit me that 2011 was now 13 years ago.
Yeah. I
don't like that.
No, yeah. I saw something a few days ago that was like it was like a certain year, like 14 years ago, and it was like 2015 or whatever. It's like, what? How was it that long ago? Like, come on.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what it was.
Alright.
My brain isn't working right now, so.
Yeah, they're like doing like, I don't know if I'm gonna watch or not, but they're changing it up that it's like you're on an island and
Oh, like the actual show?
Yeah.
They're changing?
Yeah, they're like revamping it.
Yeah.
Having it be on like an island and being like,
yeah. On an island?
You have to do like obstacles, like they said it's like Survivor or something. Sounds really weird to me.
Why do they need to change it? The thing with game shows is that you don't need to change it. It's just the same thing every single show.
Yeah.
Look at Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Like, they haven't changed shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Man, every time I hear like Wheel of Fortune, I just think of that one meme where they did like the host or whatever did like that awful Scooby-Doo impression. Have you seen that video?
I don't think I want to see it, and I don't know what it is.
Because the guy was like, it was like name like the category was like name like a cartoon duo, and the guy immediately guessed Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, and it was like correct, and there was like no letters or anything, and the guy was like, and he was like, I just got one thing to say to you. You did like this worst Scooby-Doo impression I've ever heard. It sounded like a dog getting like choked to death.
See, that's why you should always like
never
try to learn impressions before you do them. Like when you're in a room alone by yourself.
Like there was like no words even like like said. It was just like this like random like gurgling. Like it didn't even like make any sense.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why you don't link stuff like that.
Where do I start?
I don't know. Start at the top, or just go through it, or like the time period or something.
Okay. All right. So while I was recovering from a sickness, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yes.
We're both gonna be very lonely.
Yeah.
I asked our friend ChatGPT to help me out here.
Okay.
Not for what you think. I was like, we had this conversation before. That I was like, man, we need more movies with monster girls in them.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, all right. I asked it. So hey, because you can ask it for recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, recommend me some romance movies with monster girls in them.
Right.
And they gave me a list, and I went through the list and searched on like the internet for like. So I found one movie. It's called Spring.
Okay.
Dear Lord, I cannot comprehend what I saw. I will try. It was all over the place, and I will try my best to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's about this guy. This guy, his mom just dies of cancer, so he's pretty much all alone now. At the funeral, after the funeral, they go to the bar he works at, and there's an asshole, and they get into a bar fight. So he gets fired, and the guy presses charges. So in order to evade the charges, he flees to Italy.
Okay.
Where he, with all the money he had left, he flees the country to avoid an assault charge.
Nice.
So
now he's just a international criminal.
Yep.
All right.
So he's just walking around Italy. He's hanging out with these British guys, partying, getting drunk, and while he's walking, he meets this woman in a red dress. So he starts, talking to her, and she immediately is like, she just clearly is not into commitment because he's like trying to ask her out, but she's just like, can we just like, do it and just get this over with? And he's just like, no, I want to take you out, blah, 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 blah. And eventually they cave in, they start seeing each other, but she's hiding something.
Okay.
A little. And at first I thought she was a werewolf, which I would have been like, okay, standard werewolves. But some other weird stuff starts happening, and she says she's a scientist and stuff, and I was like, okay, classic mad scientist story, experimenting on themselves, with a woman this time, and cool. But then she kills bunnies, for a ritual, and doesn't make any sense. So I'm just like, is this supernatural? Is this scientific? I'm just sitting there, just laying there all perplexed, and then, she kills a couple people. I think she kills one guy who was trying to assault her, and which I thought was cool because he was like, he like got her up behind while she was like transforming into the monster, and like, and he got what he deserved. He was like trying to R-word.
Yeah. That's a valid one.
Yeah. But he but she eventually breaks up with him for like no reason. Standard romance stuff. There's always a breakup in like the middle of the movie, being like. But then like the guy gets all depressed. He does get a job there, but then immigration shows up, being like, oh, he's illegal. He got a job illegally. Okay. Which is like, okay, so now he's hiding. She's hiding because she, killed somebody. But then he catches her and as this like tentacle monster, like hybrid and all this weird stuff, and he's now like, what the hell's going on? But he don't care.
Yeah.
He's just so into her that he's just like, I don't. But so. Here's their explanation of what she is. She is 2,000 years old from ancient Rome. Okay. And she has to achieve immortality by mating and using the the stem cells to thwart her condition, which you see throughout the movie when she like mutates. She randomly mutates. She has to like take these like needles, which are stem cells, and that's why she killed the rabbits, because their intestines have like some magic in them. Scientific explanation, I suppose, but so he's like, and I will admit the actress is super hot, so I can see why this guy just like doesn't care. But he's just like, she's trying to explain to him like, no, like, you know, we did the deed. I'm gonna have this, you know, this baby, and when I have this baby, I'm going to use the stem cells to get a new body. And, you know, we can't see each other because it will literally be incest, and, you know, she'll be a child.
Right.
But he's just like, I don't care. But he's like trying to, no, but like the whole time he's trying to convince her to like actually have the child, and that he'll be the father, and she's like, no, I'm not giving up my immortality for you. I just met you like 5 days ago. I'm not giving up. And then he's just like, she's like, okay, so I only have 24 hours to, you know, before like I start changing. And he's just like, you know what? He like tells her like, I think you're the one and stuff. And he's just like, for like these last 24 hours, let's just spend them together. And she like goes along. They go on this like road trip around Italy, and I think she straight up tells him like, I don't like you. Like she like likes you, but she doesn't want to be with him. But he's not taken. He's very resilient. He's like he's like trying to he tries to convince her throughout this whole movie to be committed, but she's just like, no.
Yeah, it's like, you want to like take the hint or something, like.
But
just wow.
So you know they go around this trip. She mutates inside a church. Probably one of the funniest lines in the movie, where there's people like a couple of people that like kind of look at her, and then they're speaking Italian, but there's like subtitles, and he's like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, and then feels like his wife or whatever. He's like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "I just saw a zombie doing heroin," because she stuck the needle in her. And then go to a church, and they eventually go to what's it? Pompeii or whatever, the you know where where you volcano. Can see the volcano, where you can see like the abandoned like town or whatever, with all the they go there, and she's explaining that like she goes, see those people right there, that's my family right there. And he's like, cool. And you know, eventually it's like the sun's rising, and you know, they kind of just sit together, and you kind of hear her start to change, and then you see the guys just like looking up, and then you see the camera zooms out as the movie closes, and she's still in her normal self, and the volcano's erupting right behind them. So, okay. So no, I don't know if that's a happy ending or not. Like just her realizing that she does love him after all, and that she'll give up her immortality, but now there's a volcano erupting, so they're probably going to die anyway. So
yeah, cool. That was an amazing movie.
Yeah, it was a very, very weird movie.
Yeah.
I also did watch, while I was sick, I did watch X. My sister watched Pearl, and I said, you should probably watch X first, since Pearl's the prequel, and she was like, well, blah, blah, blah. But I watched X. X was a really, I don't understand the hype around X. It was a really bizarre movie. Most of it was like shot in the dark, and like I couldn't see anything. Like, and I'm not like I couldn't see much, and yeah, it was way too friggin' weird for me. I still want to watch Pearl though, but like it was just, yeah, I don't understand the hype around that movie. What else? So now here's something crazy. So while I was sick, I think I probably talked to you about this. I probably texted you about this, but ever since like I got sick, I was kind of, even though I don't have a shot or anything, I was just like, there was this like new girl at the gym who was like super hot, and I was just like thinking, we're just like, man, like by the time I get better, she's gonna be like long gone. And so when I go back to the gym last Friday, I now this is why I'm not gonna sugarcoat this or anything, or I'm just gonna be honest. I know I don't really like don't really try to stare. So, but when I did look at her, she did remind me of a girl I used to sub to on OnlyFans.
Oh no!
Yeah, so that's how I remember. But watch how bizarre this gets. So the last time I remember seeing her, she was about, probably my height, maybe a little taller, maybe a couple inches taller. But I remember her being blonde. So I go there and, I think I see her, but this time she has darker hair and she's shorter. So I'm just like, okay, maybe it's just my memory.
I fell asleep first at the sleepover.
Yeah. So I was like, I probably, I was like, I probably, my memory's probably is it her, but I'm never gonna talk to somebody, but even if I tried, there was another woman with her who was probably about your height, who looked like she could clearly just kill me with a single punch. And
right.
So I was just like, yeah, because I was like, man, even if I had that confidence, if you try to talk to a girl when there's another girl right there, it's not going to go well.
Yeah.
It's generally not going to go well.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right,
Especially like the bigger the fan is.
Yeah.
It's always like the fat one who's just like, actually, she's not interested.
Yeah. So then come back Thursday, I get I go there, and then I see, and then I'm just doing my stuff, and then I see a girl walking by, and I was like, hold up. It was the girl from before, and I was like, let me get this straight. There's two different girls that go to my gym who look like this one OnlyFans girl I'm sub to. I was like, what the hell is going on? Because she was taller, and I was like, what the but she had red hair this time, not blonde, and I was just like, what is happening? I felt this was like a Matrix thing. Like I was like, what is happening?
Triplets, maybe.
Triplets?
Yeah.
So you think the blonde's another one?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
One of them just happens to be shorter.
I would like absolutely like lose my mind if I like go back like this week and then I see one that's blonde.
They're just like different versions. All of them have like different hair. You're gonna go back and one of them's gonna have like black hair.
Yeah. But what's so weird is that they both like also they're like, I don't mean to sound like I'm like I intentionally stare or anything, but they're both back there.
Yeah.
Like distractingly, like you can be like looking like straight ahead and you're like in the corner and you're just like turning like what the hell is that?
Yeah.
So I don't mean to sound like I am, but so that makes it even more bizarre. So I don't know what's happening. It's just
I don't know either.
Alright, so another thing. This is another story. Also about a girl too.
Cool.
It's Valentine's Day,
yep.
So they gotta kick me down.
It is a trend.
It's almost Valentine's Day. I gotta get kicked down
with this channel.
Yeah.
This is when we get depressed.
Yeah. So first, this one's so. I sent you a picture then. I went to like this train.
Yeah,
thing.
you sent me a picture of this woman you saw.
No, I would never do that on a. Be like, hey, hey Matt, look at this. This is important. I need you to stop what you're doing right now. This is extremely important. Look at this random.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay.
I remember there was like. There was like when I was like a teen, maybe like there was like this meme I saw that was like maybe when I was a teenager. I was like, there was like this like someone took this picture of. I don't know if you saw, but there was like this like random woman and like the like who was like thick, but they were like, damn, and it was like, damn, look at the dog driving the car over there, and you like look and there's like a dog. It was like, you know, damn. Look at the car. Look at the dog driving the car over there. Dog driving. Yeah.
For real.
But you know, it was very boring. There was no women there, but
yeah.
so you're probably the audience is probably confused. Like, what does this have to do with a girl? I'll tell you. We go out to a restaurant after. I guess it's my grandparents' favorite restaurant, so I was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. And the waitress was very cute, but my grandparents were talking to her like they knew her.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there this whole time just thinking, what do I do? I felt I was being gatekeeped like right then and there by my own grandparents.
Yeah.
So I just like maybe like asked one question about her, and then like that was pretty much it. I was just sitting there just like these are my grandparents. Do I ask them if she's single or not? Like, this is my grandparents we're talking about.
Like, I would have just asked, do you know her or something?
Yeah.
Like, and go.
I think I did ask something along the lines of that, but I was just like, man, I feel like I'm being gatekeeper right now. Like, she was calling me like hun and stuff all night, and it was, you know,
yeah.
That was pretty much it, you know. It was more so like once I was hanging out with my family, that was just like, you know, I was having fun. The show was there was like maybe like a couple things, and like I'm like not like, you know, I'm a nerd, so I'm not gonna be like, I'll keep like every like hobby with an open mind, but just trains, I don't understand it. Like model like trains, I don't understand it.
I guess it's kind of like just like people who are interested in like older type stuff.
I know, but like I was like, you know, and there people will be selling like train cards, and like maybe they sell them for like $300.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad at all for
train cards. For a little thing.
Oh, it's little.
Yeah.
Like what?
Model train, you know, like model. No,
oh, like
model.
toys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess it's cool. I guess.
I know, because I saw this like, because I like, yeah. See, a couple of them like the only part I was like it was like very boring when you like when there was like people just selling like boxes with like that have like little train cars in them, but some people have like the displays with like them actually moving. That was like the only like cool.
Yeah,
like that was cool, but
they're
like
cool when you set them up. But
yeah,
they're not cool on their own.
Like I remember that I was like, and there's like one person's there, and I was like, ooh, this Snoopy one looks cool, and it was like $280. I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah.
There was like a Lego one too that was like freaking awesome. That was just like it was just entirely Legos, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. But that was like the only one that was like, man, this is nice. I wish they sold some Legos though, but you know.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay, what else? Last night I finally watched the Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Great.
I kind of liked it.
Okay.
Even though everyone says it was awful, I kind of liked it. I kind of like the absurdity of it.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed it more than I did Night Swim. Like, that's a very big statement, right? Because like Night Swim was like, it was like going good, and then like maybe like the halfway point it just went downhill. But you know, Winnie the Pooh, I think the absurdity just like kind of, and I know they're doing, now that the Mr. Mickey Mouse is in the public domain, they're doing a Mickey Mouse one now.
Yeah,
too.
they are. They're also doing a fucking video game.
They were just I love that Disney
just wait, and they're just like, what should we do? We have so many horror. I'm just like, alright, well, you guys can't come up with something else. You don't want to do like a rom-comedy or something?
Rom-com? It's more so just like, it's more so because like when you think of like those kind of characters, you think of Cute and Lovely, so they want to do the opposite, make them. Plus, Disney has like a huge Disney's like very like strict for like there's like this huge thing that my favorite band, Ice Nine Kills, they got kicked out of Disney World for wearing horror stuff. So they've been always like dunking on like doing like Mickey Mouse inspired horror merch that just keeps pissing off Disney, and so this is, I'm assuming this Mickey Mouse horror stuff is them like quaking in their like their timbers are probably shivered right now, because they are, and they probably did not want Mickey Mouse like to go into the public domain like at all either. Yeah, probably. So they're like super probably pissed.
I don't think it's actual Mickey Mouse. It's Steamboat.
Steamboat Willie. Yeah. I'm gonna check. Yeah, because there's like no way that Mickey Mouse like. I'll check. Yeah,
I don't think they'd ever allow Mickey Mouse to go in public domain.
Yeah, there's like no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're Mickey's Mousetrap. I have not seen the trailer, but it's kind of it's just so funny. It's like they're gonna have to like be so like strict with like, because they have with the public domain, they have to like keep it within the public domain, because I think with like Winnie the Pooh they couldn't they couldn't use Tigger, I think, because I think Tigger was mostly Disney. I think. Okay. I can't confirm that, but I think that's why. Because when I was watching the movie, I was like, "Where's Tigger?" And I was kind of sad that Eeyore died, and I was like so sad. Eeyore. Okay. They ate Eeyore. They ate all the friends. It was just Piglet and Pooh. They ate all of them. Oh. Because Christopher Robin left them for college. That's the plot.
Okay.
Christopher Robin just left them, and they just became feral and cannibalistic, and they just start go around killing people.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it was. A lot of it, I felt they were ripping off Halloween for some reason.
None of that sounded like Halloween at all.
But there, like, some of like the kills just reminded me of Halloween.
Oh, like and the
some
kills
of the moments, because there would be some moments where Pooh's just standing there. One of them got pinned to a wall, so I was just like,
I feel like there's only so many types of kills that can happen, and like ways to make suspense.
Yeah, but they kind of made like Winnie the Pooh the like the silent like kind of thing. They were like, the animals do talk. They just took a code of silence for reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really bizarre movie. I will say the movie ended up pretty messed up though, because it was like Christopher Robin, like, and obviously the final girl, and then Christopher Robin mows down Winnie the Pooh and pins him to another car, and then they're like trying to escape, but Winnie the Pooh's still alive, and he pushes the cars out of his way, and he like chases after them. But he grabs like the girl, and Christopher Robin's like begging for Winnie the Pooh to spare her, and then he's just like, just take me instead, just let her go. And this is usually like that. And you generally, when this kind of thing happens, they'll like, that's what's gonna happen. He'll let her go and take him, and it'll be all sad and stuff. But no, he just kills her and just be like, you, and he literally talks for the first time, he's like, you left me, and he just. So yeah, that's just how it ended. So I was just like, what the hell? I know they're making a second one, and oh boy,
fantastic.
All right, I think I might maybe have one more or two things to talk about.
All right.
Sorry if I'm boring anybody.
No, it's okay.
Mainly you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just disoriented right now.
Very mostly about, I don't know, a couple things about the channel, I guess.
Okay.
We really need to find more channel members.
Why is that?
I don't know. Just maybe it's just the season that we're in right now. That maybe just where it's like kind of like the loneliness and the emptiness is kind of taking over in all sorts of ways. But
yeah.
Like I literally like, I'm not gonna like lie to anybody or anything. I straight up just looked up how to find friends last night.
Really?
And it gives you like a list, and I was just like reading through it like. I was just thinking like, how am I gonna find channel members? This like, it's like join a club. I'm like, I don't want to join a club. It was like, join a club. Go do this. Go do that. Like,
we just need to go out more. But like, I never want to go out at all.
I just wish that I had more time.
I just wish I had energy. I have the time to. I just don't have energy.
So I was just like, and I messaged you, and I was like, you know what? Should we just like make like Bumble friends accounts and like try to find channel members? And then I like went on the App Store, and then I saw that they were charging $20 a week. Apparently.
What the fuck? Yeah. Is it like an app just for friends?
That's glad you meant, because I went down that rabbit hole, and I went down a dating app rabbit hole, and I don't want to sound like an asshole or anything, but there is like a dating app for like every sort of niche. It's like so bizarre to me. The one that was the most weird to me was a dating app for threesomes. I know some people are like, well, it's probably for poly. Like, no, I didn't see anything about poly.
People who are just strictly into threesomes.
Like I saw some like, when you go to like App Store, there's like screenshots of like the app.
Yeah.
Like it was like so bizarre. Like having like, you make like a couple's profile. It's like, ugh. Ooh. But yeah, every like friend app, I guess, they all have like really crappy ratings.
Oh.
And they all have paywalls and
lovely. I don't know, to be honest.
I mean, I just got, while I was looking, because I wanted to find the actual. Let me see if I'll find it. Yeah, like, because they have Bumble for friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like no good reviews. There's like, let me see if I can. So they have, there's some ones that have potential. I just don't know what the paywall's like. I don't know why you need a paywall. Probably to keep the site running, I guess. But but there was like so many like different, like, just for different like niches, like every race,
yeah,
gay, lesbian, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just like, there was like just one for like just South Asian. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it was just like all over the place, and it was just so weird. I was just like scrolling through and like, why is there so many?
You know how like there's sometimes like personalized ads on Instagram?
Yeah.
When you're like going through stories, like a year or two ago when like I was just like, I don't know, I kept.
I will
like,
say that I just found it again. One thing I did find hilarious was a game called Super Jump Rose.
Oh, lovely.
Look at that. I wonder what that game's about.
Sonic.
Yeah, I wonder, yeah.
But like I kept getting an ad for like a black dating site, and I'm like, bro, what am I gonna do with that? I need to be black. So I just go on it. I'm just like Eminem basically on the entire app. Like, what's going on here?
I mean, this is the only one that looks promising. I just gotta see if the problem is that I don't think I just don't feel like a lot of people in our area use it.
Yeah.
The only time I probably use it. Okay, that says there's in-app purchases. Cool. Yeah, that's not happening.
Cool.
But I would only like do like dating apps on others just to see who we went to high school with is on it, so I can swipe with them and just do like a point like, I see you, I found you. I want to do that. No, I would send him that gif of like the two people driving in the car, and he's like looking at her like that, like like what are you doing here?
Yeah, people, I told this to you, but people in our area kind of suck ass.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it's like, what we do is fun, so like, I don't understand like what the issue is.
And another thing that's like completely unrelated to it too is just, I feel like single women is just a myth now. I just feel like everyone is taken to. So I just feel like it's a myth at this point. Single women don't exist.
Yeah.
To me.
No.
They don't exist. They're not real.
They kind of just... I don't think I've ever met a single woman in my life.
Yeah. You haven't met a single woman?
Never.
No.
Never.
I think that's it. I was gonna probably talk about one thing, but I was just like, I'm just now like, whatever. So you...
So, I'm actually going to start with what happened today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because,
What on earth happened today?
Well, I told you, that I had to take, Gup to the vet.
Where is that little wascally wabbit?
He's under the bed.
Oh.
Yeah, so, basically, I discovered, like, 2-3 weeks ago that, this is apparently normal for rabbits as they, like, grow older, like... He has like a bump on under his chin, like a cyst or something it's called, I think.
Ew.
And like my mother helped me like call to like try and find anywhere to like get him in. And we had to go like drive up like half an hour to like a town up there. And the car.
You gotta find our rabbit specialist.
Yeah. They take any animals, but. Like, the one in our town, there's an animal vet in our town, but, like, they only take cats and dogs, of course. So, you know, we had to go out of our way to, like, take up somewhere else. Yeah, so I was nervous with getting him in the cage, getting him outside, and getting him in the car for the car ride, because he hasn't been in a car since, like, 2017 maybe.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I've never had to take him to the vet ever until like today. Yeah, the entire car ride was him just like sitting staring like at the door away from me, and then like half an hour in he just turns around, looked at me, and was like, nah, I don't think I vibe with this situation, and he just turned back around again. So I was like, okay, that's great. We brought him in, and yeah, so basically, like, I don't think I ever want to become a parent. Like, I just...
Not even an animal parent?
Like, it was so stressful because, like, I view Gup as, like, a little baby, a little like child,
That is essentially what pet animals are.
Yeah.
They're essentially just giant babies who
but
never grow up.
yeah, no, not at all. Like, this fucker's like 70 and he still fucking shits everywhere. But yeah, like, so Gup doesn't like being picked up all that much. So when they actually had to pick him up to like look at like his chin and mouth, like he did very well. Like, he did very well on the way there in the car ride and like being picked up. But there was like a little span of like 30 seconds where like he was like struggling with being picked up, like flailing around, and like I feel bad, but like they had to wrap him up in like a towel, and like whenever rabbits are like wrapped up, they're just like referred to as like bunny burritos. And like you're just wrapped up and you just like
Did he have like that? Did he have that like look of like defeat? Just like, oh, this is it now.
I saw his face and it was like the most blank thing ever. Like, okay, this is my life now, I guess. But yeah, like when they were like looking at him, like he had that 30 seconds of like panic, and like that was when like I was like in the corner like of the room. My parents are both there, but like I was in the corner of the room like having like a mental breakdown because like I couldn't stand him like in that position, I guess. Like, I don't know, it's just, maybe it's normal, I guess. It definitely is normal, maybe, but like I just was like, alright, I can't do this. Like, there was like probably like at least 5 times I was like considering just like leaving the room to go away in the car. Like, I was like literally like just having a mental breakdown. And then yeah, so basically somehow, some way, I don't know when this could have happened ever, but apparently like some of his teeth fell out.
Oh.
Yeah, and when they looked in his mouth, like, I don't know, like I was just like so much in like such a like mental breakdown state, like just worrying about Gup, that like when they're telling like my parents and us, just us three in general, like what he did, what I remember him telling was like when he looked inside the mouth, I think he squished something and like stuff came out of his mouth.
Ew.
So I don't know at all, but yeah, basically we had like 2 choices. One is just to give him antibiotics, feed him with like a syringe type thing. So we're trying that. But the other option was to like give him an x-ray if we decided to give him like surgery for it. But due to his old age, there's like a lot of risks. If he were to take the surgery, we'd have to go like 3 times a year to like possibly do stuff for him. And like the first surgery, I would have to like, he would have to just like stay overnight somewhere. And yeah, I kind of like, oh my god, I would just like try my best not to like fucking have a psychotic breakdown right there. I just had like my head down.
When you're a pet, when you own pets, the vet is very stressful.
Yeah.
I remember I was scared of whenever my parents wanted to take the pet to the vet, because most of the time when they went to the vet, they lights out.
Yeah.
So it's always like man, I still remember when I came home from school senior year and my dog was gone, and I had to and my parents were like waiting for me at the door, and I was like, "What's wrong? Where's the dog?" And she was like, "She's at the hospital." I'm like, what? And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That
was a extremely close call. What happened was my dog broke into my sister's room, ate some gum, and it was like so toxic that she like had a seizure, and
Jesus.
Like she was like frothing, and my parents had to stop home. They went to the store when this happened, and they stopped home and they found her. And if they didn't find her, she wouldn't have died. Right then and there.
Yeah.
So, like so like I can understand how like mentally like insane it's like, because it's like so different from like people doctors, because you know we don't have, you know, you don't see it a lot. Where
the
it's
difference
like,
is like we can communicate
Yeah.
with like when we're getting hurt and like when we're in stress, but like animals
What I
can't.
was trying to say was we don't have times where someone's like, where like an animal's like, where we as people, when we get so nervous, like the doctor will pull them and it's like, you know what's best for them? We might have to give them that little shot to stop their heart rate, and you know they're dead.
Yeah, like
that's such a rough thing to happen.
They keep trying with humans, but like with animals, just as like, oh, it's best to just put them down now.
Yep.
Yeah, I was really hesitant on bringing Gup to the vet because we had like a hamster like years ago when we were in high school.
Yeah, it's just like every time it's like I have to bring my dog or cat to the vet, I get like so nervous. I'm like, I don't want to hear the like we might have to consider the like it might be like the most minor thing. Like they could go in for a checkup and I'll still be like nervous, like, oh my god,
right?
What if something.
Yeah, even with Gup, like I said, like cysts are like apparently like super common with rabbits. Like due to his age, it's like that's where it gets like a little like gray area, I guess, to all of them. Yeah, it's just nerve-wracking. And shit. Yeah.
I don't know, because I was like so like, I'll be honest, like I was so on the edge of like I was like tightening like my position on the chair when you were talking about like the doctors said this. I'm like, oh no, they better not have said anything about you putting Gup down or anything, because that would have been so like depressing.
Yeah, like
I'm glad that they didn't resort. There was some options that didn't result in him having to get the needle.
Yeah, I was too. I was just like, so like.
I don't think I could ever be in that room with that needle. I don't think I could ever be in there. I don't think I could.
I think I
could take it.
I think I want to be there for Gup if that ever has to happen. I don't think I could just like abandon him when he has to get the needle.
So rough. It's rough.
I'm like that type of person where I have to be in the room for their final moments. I don't want them to be alone. Like, it's tough, but like, I don't know. It's just, yeah.
I might have been in the room maybe once or twice. I can't really remember. Most of the time, I didn't go to the vet like at all because I just can't. It's just that in hospitals, just like I just get like so like worked up.
Yeah. Hospitals too, yeah. Anytime like I just drive by a hospital, it like looks like the most serious, like scary place on the outside. And it's just like, I think it has to do with like my core memories as a child with them. Just like therapy type 2 as well, like waiting rooms, I guess, just in general. Because like I had like speech therapy as a kid and like elementary school, and I just always remember going in, and it's just like it was in the city next to us across the bridge.
Yeah, I think I don't mean to sound like, I think the only like thing with like that came out of from like COVID was just the fact that we can now like, when it comes to like, you know, see our mental like health people like from home. Like, you can still probably do the doctor too, but it's like probably easier. Probably it depends on what you need to see like your actual doctor for to actually go there. But like when you want to see like a therapist or anything like that, you can do it from your own home, so you don't have to like wait in a waiting room or anything.
No, I
go all the way down there for like because like I remember when I was in school, I had to like, there was so many times that I had to be like late for school because I would like just have to go to like therapy and like have to go all the way there, sit in the waiting room for like to like talk to them for like an hour.
Yeah. Do you? I assume you prefer like calling therapy.
Yeah.
I hate it. I prefer going to see them in person. It just seems like so much better.
It depends. Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah. I just hate when people are home and I just want about something like that I don't want them to know about, I guess. Cause like yeah, like my room doesn't have a door, as you can tell, so they can easily hear it like they're in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, well this is not fun.
Yeah. I think I have to do one soon. That I think I talked about this before on FGC, but I've had times where I was in an appointment, my dad just walked into my room, like, you hear me talking,
yeah, right,
and he comes in anyway, like,
yeah,
and I have to cover the screen, just being like, oh, 1 second, wait for him to get out, and he's just like, what's the problem? Like, I'm in an appointment right now.
Like, I don't want you in here listening to this.
I'm not a child anymore. Like,
yeah,
you don't need to be in the room.
Yeah. Hate it. Hate stuff like that. But
I will say, I did hate when I was a kid when my parents were in the room and I had to talk to my therapist. It was not fun.
yeah, I just like kind of, I don't know. I haven't had to really deal with
it. And then it's like when my therapist would ask, like, okay, do you want your parents to the room? I'm like, yeah, so I can actually talk. And like every time it's just like, phew, okay, here's what's up.
Yeah. Right? Like, privacy, please. Like, god damn.
That's just what happened in meetings, and because I remember like. I remember in middle school, like, when I had to have a meeting with all my teachers and my parents, and they literally, like, just berated me for, like, a good, like, 10 minutes, and I was just like, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, this is a meeting to, you know, help me get better, but you don't have to make me feel horrible about myself, but, you know.
Yeah. I love when, like, parents like think like getting down on you is like gonna help you. Like, there's a difference between like tough love and like
just being an asshole.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, my aunt has used that excuse from, oh, it's just tough love, and I'm like, no, it's not.
You clearly haven't had to deal with it.
How's work, Matt?
Are
they still are they still breathing down your neck about doing anything remotely like humorous?
No, actually it's been quite the opposite.
Okay, so what was their problem then?
I don't know, honestly. I have no clue. But like I don't know if I had already told them this before last session, but within the last month or so, at least, probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had the smart idea of deciding to like tell Alan's sister Anus that I had like a thing for Lydia and Alyssa. Okay. And you know, for like the next week, like, she knew about it. I told her like a long time ago, like probably a month or so maybe ago, but then like I brought it up again like probably the Friday that I saw Lydia like with the drive-through Dunkin' situation, and then since then it's just kind of been brought up again, I guess. So yeah, basically Anus has since then told pretty much everyone in our area that I
must run in the family.
Yep, it does, yeah. That you know, I have a thing for Alyssa and Lydia and shit. So yeah. This happened last Thursday, but like, this is before break. you know, Anus is a little sister, so like she's gonna just do little sister things. Like she referred to like as Lydia as my girlfriend, and I was just like staring like, okay, like can we not do this?
Are we in high school now? Like,
are we fucking in middle school right now? Like, come on, seriously. And then in break, what I've been doing since now this part's important for later. What I've been doing since New Year's, just before New Year's, is I've been, instead of sitting in the locker room for my second lunch, since it's bigger, like half an hour, I just take my stuff, I pass through the cafeteria, and I go around to like another place, and I sit like in like these little covey areas. And so basically, this was last week, I think. Same day, probably the day later after like Anus was like, haha, she's your girlfriend. I go through the cafeteria and I just hear Anus like in the most loud whisper voice ever, like, Matt, your girlfriend's in the room. And Lydia was in the room right there. And I just turned around like, what?
I was screaming like, ah!
And I just like, silence was like, shut up. Like, and I just started walking. And then as I was getting to the door on the other side of the room, Lydia's friend, who she always talks to, was right there. And like, her friend like is always looking over at me too. I don't know if it's for any reason.
Word?
But like when I was passing by their desk or table rather, I just like, Lydia's friend just goes like, I see you. And it's just like,
no.
And then as I'm like approaching the door about to open it, I'm just like, no you don't. And I just walked out. And yeah, that was that.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was another person. But yeah, jeez, I forgot when this was, but fuck. This is why I should be looking at my journal, but like I don't feel like fucking looking in it right now. This obviously happened like within the last couple of weeks or whatever. Lydia took like the break that I take. 12:30ish about, and I just remember going through the cafeteria. She wasn't there at that moment. And then basically I finished up my lunch, I go around to the cafeteria again, and then when I enter the cafeteria room, I just see like Lydia like side-eyeing like in my direction, but like she was like smiling faintly. And I was like, haha, okay. So
I'm in love with you now.
I just like walk through the cafeteria like normal, and then like I go to the bathroom like I usually do. And then like I was like, actually, you know what? I'm gonna get a new hairnet. And then when I'm about to get like the new hairnet, and I walk back, like Anus comes out of the bathroom right there, and she's just like, we talk for like a little bit, and then she's like, you have something on your back. And like what we do in our area is we put labels on each other's backs without us knowing all the time. So basically, I want.
It's not a kick me sign.
I probably had that on for like the last hour to that point.
Oh no.
Like a huge label on my hoodie right here to like down just right here, and there's a big label too. So Anus was like, yeah, you have a label on your hoodie. So that means when I was walking through the cafeteria that Lydia probably saw me, remembered I had a label on my back, and when I walked past her on the other side of the room, she probably looked up, saw the label on me, and that was that. So yeah.
I look up like this.
Yeah. When she told me I had a label on me, I was like, what? I want to fucking kill myself out loud. So yeah, that was fun. but that label thing might have happened before, but I know for sure after the situation where fucking Anus was literally like, my girlfriend's in here with Lydia in the room. Since that moment, that was Wednesday. That was Wednesday last week. I remember now. Okay. So, yeah, basically, since that moment, I have noticed that Lydia has somehow been looking over at me a little bit more. Literally, I remember it was a Thursday because I remember I like the specific machine she was at, and then I had to go like the day after that, Friday, I went over to like sleep over with people, so I remember the day now. But Thursday last week, like within like the first half hour, I like was like glancing over a lot, and she was glancing over a lot too, and then randomly on 2 separate occasions I saw Lydia like take off her hairnet and like retie her hair. She has never done that before. And then like I was just like, okay,
I need a moment.
Like, yeah, the first time I was just like, okay, cool, you know, she's retying her hair for the first time after, you know, it just so happened that like Anna said that. Cool. And then like 10 minutes,
please calm down.
10 15 minutes later she did it again, and I was just like, okay, something's happening. This is what's going on. Like, yeah, so I might have to look in the journal because I don't know if like anything specific happened after that, but like that's what I remember from Thursday. I thought it was Thursday. It was Thursday last week. Shit. Was it the 25th? I think it was the 25th. Fantastic. I guess I'll look in my journal now. Yippee. I love looking in my journal. Okay. So I noticed that I wasn't out of my way to like look at this detail, but I noticed that Lydia was like wearing like a baggy shirt, and like eventually later on in the day, like she was like wearing like kind of like yoga-ish type pants, and I was like, okay, something's happening here. Like, what is this? Like, this is just insanity. But yeah, basically just fucking staring and shit and all that. Yep. I went to talk with Alan and this other guy near the guy's machine, and I was like in the middle of like the walkway, and Lydia had been like trying to fix a machine for like the hour up until that point, and I just like kept looking down the hallway, and then eventually I decided to like, probably like the first time I looked down the hallway, I decided to look up, and I just saw Lydia on her machine just like looking down at me from the machine, and I just was like, okay. And I just turned around after that, like, fantastic, great, how long has she been there? So yeah, that's great. What else? Okay, the 26th, that's the day I went on a thing, so never mind. Oh yeah, so Monday the 29th, I don't know if there's like, off the top of my head, like there's like Lydia type things in here on this day, but like we had like, I don't know if your work does hairnets at all. Okay, mine does. We usually have like these big hairnets. I think mine used
to, and then people just stopped caring.
Wow. But like randomly Monday, they just had like these small ass hairnets, and like literally like the diameter of them was like right here to like right here. They did not fit anyone's head at all. And I had to like keep going back in and out of the locker room when I got in, because like I was like, surely there's like bigger hairnets. So like I kept going in and out like 3 times, and it was just like having a mental breakdown. Like anytime like I tried to put it over my full hair, like I looked so stupid. So like I just decided to like have my bangs out, and luckily Anus had like bigger hairnets and like a storage thing, so I just went to change. And yeah, anything about Lydia in here? Let's find out. Surely there is. Okay, I guess there is. Yeah, so at the end of the day, near the end of the day, I just looked at Alan and his brother, who were just like goofing off. Alan had like this like plastic wrap in his hands, and like they're just like doing stupid shit, and they're like in front of the aisleway, for like across from the other machine. Lydia wasn't there that day, but randomly, like she just decided in that very moment to be there, existing. So I, at some point, like I saw her at first, like in the aisle across, and I was just like, alright, I'm just gonna keep looking at Alan and his brother just to see what kind of stupid ass shit they're doing. And then like randomly, as Alan was like preparing to like shoot the plastic wrap in like a bin, I saw her in between the brothers just like looking over in my direction. So like I just see her face like just darting towards my direction, and I'm just like, okay, just gonna keep looking at Alan and his brother. And I just like look at the plastic wrap like in the air, like trying to like in the most cartoonish way of looking at it as possible, like like looking at it with my head and eyes, like as it threw in the air, like in the bin. And I was just like, whoa, nice. Just trying to make it obvious that I was like not looking over there for like her specifically. I literally wasn't. I was just like looking over there.
Yeah, it's like, man, the ceiling looks really nice today.
Yeah, the ceiling is very nice and intrinsic today. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, and I guess later that day, literally like probably 10 minutes or 20 minutes later, I guess, I was doing the palette, as I do, and I noticed like a few moments earlier that like Lydia had like gone to bang her trash bin to empty it out, and then randomly, I was trying to fix the palette, and this is like what caused this. I was like punching the box, but then like I punched the palette, the wooden palette at full force, and I was like, alright. I went up to Alan, I was like, I'm getting band-aids, I'll be back. So I just walk, and as like I'm turning the corner, I notice that very second Lydia is walking up with her bin at the same time. And for some reason I'm just like, okay, what do I do? So I just like make the like face of like extreme discomfort. And I'm just like, I look down at my hand like, oh yeah, look how bloody this is. Isn't this epic? Ouch! Oh, gadzooks! Ah! Like, just the most angry discomfort face ever, and I don't even look at her. Like, I'm just like making a beeline.
You're the Peter Griffin,
yeah.
like,
I just go like with my hand like, ah! I just start screaming like, ah! In the middle of the warehouse. Just the most dumbest shit ever. Yeah. Okay, Tuesday. Yes. Okay, this. I wanted to text you.
no.
This past week I've had was probably like the craziest week. Like a top 3 crazy week in terms of Alyssa and Lydia. But yeah, I didn't write that much about Alyssa, mainly because like more than half the things that include her are always just her staying over, and that's it, which is not bad, but like it's just like it's like the most nonchalant things. It's mostly having to do with Lydia, I guess, most of the time. But yeah, so basically, um, Lydia was like at a machine, like on the edge of the floor, and basically, um, the supervisor desk and like the machine in my area is like in the way at like a certain point. But like what the pallet is like, if she was tall, we could basically see each other at all times. But I noticed that okay, there's also like these gray beams at the supervisor desk. I'm assuming which are there for safety reasons. Like these gray beams, like there's one here, and like there's another one under that, like so there's like space in between them to like see through them. And whenever I looked over, I just see Lydia's fucking forehead like pointed in my direction at all times. Sometimes when I walk down my aisle, I just see her fucking forehead moving along, viewing me, and I'm like, can she fucking see me? I'm gonna have a mental breakdown because I can't fucking see her, but I feel like she can see me. So yeah, it's very epic. At some point, I decided to sit on the conveyor belt, and then I just was like, I looked over, and I just saw her like put like a boxes up. So I was just like, okay, am I early now? Like, what's going on? So then, where does it get fucking interesting? Okay, hang on. Wait. Hang on. I'm just like trying to fucking understand this. Okay. I think I know what this was. So basically, this was when I was like almost finishing a pallet. Like at this point, the pallet was tall. So I just put the last box on top of the pallet. And like sometimes I just like when I'm like tired, I just kind of like go to lean on the pallet and I stare directly ahead of me. So I do that. I lean on the pallet. I'm breathing heavily at this point, and then like I just like and I stare off in the distance in front of the aisle in front of me. Nothing's there, and like I instinctively for some reason like randomly look over towards Lydia's machine where she is that day, and I just see her like already staring at me from her area. But I think like she wasn't at her machine. She was like in front of her machine, but like she was looking through the gray bar specifically, and like I saw her like kind of like getting up. So like she wasn't like at like staying level. I feel like she was looking like kind of like hunched over through the gray bars, and I was just like, what? Like rubbing my eyes, like, do my eyes deceive me? Like, and then like I look back over again like a few moments later, like, and like I saw her head like actually like pointing down. So I was like, yeah, no, she was like literally like staring directly at me through the gray bars, like hunched over to like specifically like look at me through the bars. So I was just like, okay, what the flip? Like, what's going on here? And yeah, so basically I went on break and I go through like the little aisle where she was at, and as I was passing by her area, I glanced over for like a second. I just saw her like chewing her gum like in the most vicious way possible, like looking forward, like trying not to like notice my existence. So like just imagine like me walking past like this. She was like just like staring straight ahead, like probably trying. I'm assuming, giving myself the benefit of the doubt, like she was like trying not to look at me, just like trying to look like as like threatening as possible, maybe. And I was like, okay, chill, epic. I'm gonna keep walking. So I just walked faster. Yeah, I literally wrote back.
Generally, it would be, if she's trying to threaten you, it would be hotter though.
Yeah, I mean, I generally am like scared of her though. I am scared of Lydia.
It should be a good thing.
It is, like if like there's a chance like she is scared of me, like I hope she knows I'm just as scared of her. Like she has like resting bitch face, and anytime she has resting bitch face, like, and I see her like looking over at me, like when she's in her resting bitch face, like type thing, I get so like intense. I get so scared.
Turn on.
Like I should probably like it, but like I don't. Like I generally feel like I did something wrong, and I don't know what I did wrong. So like I'm just like putting boxes on the pallet. I turn around. She just like has this face like, and I'm like, what did I do wrong? I'm like, do I need to go over and say sorry? What did I do? Like, I'm sorry. Like, we're not even dating, and I feel like I need to apologize. Like what is this? Like, I shouldn't feel this way already.
I'm sorry, I went out late.
Like, what? God damn. Like, what did I do? So yeah, wave 2. Yeah, just stuff that doesn't matter about other people. Yeah, Alyssa was looking over a lot on a close by machine. Very nice and epic. Alright, so this was towards the end of the second wave, basically towards lunchtime. All of us were making boxes, but like I had nothing to do because like there were like no tape guns left. So I was just like finding anything to do. So I just decided like, alright, I'm gonna get new plastic wrap. So I went down my aisle to get like plastic wrap, and I go back to like the end of the conveyor belt, and I unwrap it. Like I do my unwrapping thing, and I'm like, at this point, like I'm staring in like the direction at the end of it, and like I look down towards like Alyssa's area, not there. So I'm just like, okay, great. Stare there for like a couple seconds, and then like I glance over at Lydia's area. I see her making boxes, and she's not even making boxes. She's like, her boxes are in front of her, but like I see her like looking up at me, like staring at me. In that moment, I'm just like, I literally like look over, I glance, I see this, I'm just like, okay, great, and I just like I walk away, like I'm just like what, like just like I don't think there can be words that can be justice for like what I saw. Like she was just like in like a trance state, like looking over, I guess. I don't know. I like just insanity. And like sometimes I like go up and down the aisle to like throw shit out. I would literally see her fucking forehead once again following me. Like, okay, what is it now? What are you doing right now? Like, fucking, do I have something in my teeth you can see? Like, what is it? Like, what's going on here? Like, so yeah, anyways, that's probably that for that wave. So, into lunch, I see Lucy and Doug walking down the stairs, and normally they don't show up for break until like 15 minutes after I start my break. So I just see them like walking down, and I just like start having like a conversation with them, like, why are you guys down here so early? And I'm like, at this point, I'm in front of the cafeteria door. Lydia's inside, and then we walk inside the door, and I'm like, I'm still going on about it. Like, I'm just saying, you guys are here really early. And then I turn around and like Lucy just like gives like an eye roll, and I'm just like, I just like go like, I'm just saying, like, you guys are down here early. And I turn around and like as I like get up to like the door to like leave, I just like do like a 1 second glance at like Lydia, and like I just what's it before like there was some type of phone of her like just like looking down at her phone, like just like having like a little smoke on her face or something. I'm just like, okay, great, cool, fantastic, nice.
Boyfriend.
Huh?
Boyfriend.
What are you trying to insist?
At least she might have been looking because her boyfriend was.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Like, oh, damn it.
Okay. Oh, okay, no. Yeah, okay. So this is where she was actually like kind of down, looking through the beam at me. So it wasn't earlier, but yeah, it still happened the same day. Okay. January 31st. What day is that? Hang on, let me just see. That was
Wednesday.
Okay. Wednesday. So yeah, something weird happened Wednesday. Anus was like, Matt, I want to hook you up with one of my friends. And I was just like, just standing there like, okay. Like, okay.
Sure.
And Anus is like 20-ish, 21. Okay. So I was just like, okay. Well, what's like the age of your friend, I guess? And she was like 20, like 19.
Ugh.
19. And I was just like, okay.
No.
I don't really want to have that. Yeah, so it says right here, Anus also tried setting me up with her 19-year-old friend and show me her Instagram. And I was like, okay,
no.
I'm not interested. And like,
ouch.
The guy I talked about, that when did I say this last podcast? Like one of the new guys there, we went to high school together.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess apparently this is the same friend that Anus had tried setting up with him, so that they're joking like, yeah, he'll get a sloppy seconds, and it's just like, I don't want that. By the way, this guy is 26.
Okay.
So 26 and a 19-year-old.
Ew.
Yeah. And I was just there like, okay, great.
7 years.
7 years isn't bad. Like
yes,
the older you get, but like this age right now these days, it's no
you
good.
You gotta be like near 30.
Yeah.
That to be like, okay. No, there's no way.
Yeah.
I don't even think if I was around that age, I would do someone 7 years younger.
That like situation, this like entire discussion like made me feel so awkward. So like I don't understand how like there's like adults my age or older who like actually feel comfortable like going through like trying to find like women like our age or like in their teen years.
I think I talked about this before. It's like I don't want to date someone who's like closer to my sister's age than my own age.
Yeah.
Like it's just so weird and gross to me. So it's just like
it just was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like I don't really want to date a teenager.
No.
Like, but like no.
Yeah.
Last time I tried dating a teenager was like 2021. I was 21 years old.
Okay.
I'm 24 now.
Was she 19 or?
Well, she's older now.
I mean, but then was she like 19?
The girl I was trying to date?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was different because it was like only 2-year difference.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't date like a 19-year-old now.
That's my limit.
Yeah. My limit's probably like 21.
Yeah, I would. I still don't. I don't know how I feel about 3 though. I still don't know how about like a 3-year age gap. I don't know how. I'm trying to. I know it's like okay, but it's like I don't know how I feel about it personally. I'm trying to. Because I feel like right now it's like my sister is 18 and like someone who's like 20 is like closer to her age than my age, so I'm still like just kind of about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so.
Yeah. One other friend she showed me is like a stripper too, I guess. It's like I don't want my first time to be a fucking random stripper.
I mean, it would be very legendary.
I'm not that desperate.
I mean, how old is she?
Around the same age.
Oh, no.
Not 19.
Oh.
Like 20, 21. I don't know.
Oh, because I would have been 9. Ugh.
Yeah.
No, I would have been like.
But still, like,
past.
College age stripper, like, wouldn't your life go wrong?
Probably has to pay freaking college if she's in school.
I guess that's one way to do it. Or you could just get, like, a good job.
But you'll get, like. You'll get, like, some serious tips, though.
Which kind, though?
Both. Both.
Which kind of tip are we talking here?
Hey, you should be like, hey, I got a friend who's 23. He's kind of just depressed right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a stripper, that means they don't have to have, you know, the jiggy, you know, because you know that would be the P word, and that's, you know, crime.
What?
What?
The jiggy?
Yeah. Sex.
They wouldn't have to have the sex.
You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to pay for sex. That's prostitution, and that's illegal.
So you don't want to have sex with a stripper?
I don't want to pay for it.
Oh. Have
consensual, like, mutual agreeing. It doesn't involve me paying like $100.
Yeah. I don't think I'd want to have sex with like an actual stripper, but like I wouldn't mind if like a future girlfriend of mine was like role playing it, I guess.
Strip club role play?
Yeah, like it's like I like pick her up in like a random part of the town, and I just like
it's not freaking.
I pull up
that's prostitute.
I pull down the window
and I'm
like, how much?
Yeah, that's prostitution, not stripping.
Then we go into like a random motel and then we do it. And then I gave her like $20. I gave her $20 and I kill my girlfriend.
You have a prostitution fantasy.
I have to go like in deep though, so I'd have to kill my girlfriend that night, and then I have to go to trial.
Jack the Ripper. Okay, yeah. Jack, you have a Jack the Ripper fantasy.
I gotta jack my girlfriend. Yeah. Who else but Jack? You know?
Yeah.
Something like that. I could make like a Netflix series out of it. Imagine like a Jack the Ripper like comedy. Oh. Like it's serious, but like it's still like a comedy. Like there's comedy undertones. I could do that.
Comedic undertones?
Yeah. Like he's like, it's his first kill ever. Like so he's like stumbling around, like, and he actually like is so close to having sex, but like he doesn't quite get it each time. So like he has to like kill the stripper prostitute, like in the night before the night ends.
It reminds me of some of like when I watched Law and Order. There's like I remember there's like one episode where they were like looking for the guy and he's like, "Where is he?" And they just like. And they open the door and he's just sitting in the closet like this. And they're like, "Get your ass up!" He's just like sitting there, just like trying to hide.
Get your ass out, boy.
Oh man, I watched one last night. Holy fuck! So there was one that was like a school shooting, and then there was like, and they tracked down where where they got the gun from, and then they go to the store and they're Nazis. Like, there was just, like, they go down in the basement and it's like, oh, that's something you don't see any day. And it's just a giant Nazi flag. It was, like, so, like, chaotic. And, like, the girl who was the woman there who was being the white supremacist, she was, like, on secret undercover. She slaps one of the cops because he's, like, Jewish. She, like, smacks him and she's, like... And then, like, the son is just, like... You're... And she's, like... He's like going on this like it was like so bizarre because I was like, this is like so exaggerated, but it feels so real too. Yeah. Like, because he was just like, Ice-T, one of the detectives. He was like talking to the kid, and the kid's just like, "You're kind," and he's like, "I hope you mean cops." He's like, "No," and he straight up says the N-word with the hard R, and it caught me so off guard.
Nice.
I was like, wow. I was like, what? What? Oh my.
Yeah.
You might have to watch an episode for the channel. Like, it's so fucking crazy. Man, this one was like so sad, but like so like there's like so many that were just like so like okay. This one was also crazy. Like there was like this one like there was like the woman comes in. She says she was assaulted, and they're like, okay, I'm investigating. She's like, it was her dad, and it's happened ever since. What?
What? No, I'm sorry. I'm just imagining like this woman goes in with like this traumatic case and tells them what happened, and one of the officers just goes, "Womp womp, get out!" I was raped. Womp womp womp.
Climb the river, bitch.
Oh, wasting my time.
But then, and she's like being so vivid about it, and like it happened since I was 12, and then they're like, okay, we'll look into it. They do investigating. They find evidence, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna get him, and then but then like they do some more digging, doing some more techie stuff, and they're like, turns out she planted it, and she's like, I don't want to get away with it again. And then they're like, okay, and then it just keeps escalating. She's like, because it's mainly that now that she's an adult, she can't they can't do anything with her because of like limitations and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, but she's like, I'm worried about my sister, so that's what this whole thing is about. She's worried about her little sister, it happening to her, and then her dad ends up getting dead, and they start investigating his murder, and then come to find out, well, they know who did it, but she was seeing a therapist, and turns out this therapist was using a form of hypnosis to plant memories in her head that she was molested by her father. So this whole the father was innocent the whole time, and he literally died for nothing. That this therapist just planted memories in her head for just goofs.
Nice.
Yeah, it was I was like, what the hell is going on here?
That's insanity.
It's so okay. It's like, and then the new season I've been like, my mom just dunks on me. She's like, why are you watching older episodes but you're like watching the new ones? So I'm like, it's because it's a new season. It's like each season's like 22 episodes. I'm not gonna wait a few months to watch the whole season.
Yeah.
New one, the first episode, I think it's they're now starting to do overarching plot. Like I talked about before, it's mostly about the cases instead of the actual detectives and their lives. But there's just one that they kidnap this 15-year-old girl, and they're using her likeness for sex dolls. It's crazy. It's all over the place, and each episode is just something just so. It's like such a guilty pleasure. I can't stop watching it. Yeah. You got anything else you want to?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I derailed you.
No, it's okay. I wish you wouldn't know me, but yeah. So okay, this is Wednesday still. So, like in the middle of the day, they kind of like made me like clean off this machine of like all these labels in our area. It was super tiring. By the time I was done with it, I was like sweating, and then I went to like I went up to Anus and fucking what should I call him? Jeffrey. Guy we went to high school with. The guy from my high school. And like I was sweating, so I was just like I want to try and take my sweater off, and then like I just started taking it off, and like I was like wearing an athletic type shirt that day. So then like they both like turn around, and somehow they were both like in awe of like the build of my body, like my upper body. And then like they were both like, "Man, you're kind of like built different," something like that. And I was just like, okay.
Pride flag question mark.
Yeah, like both of them were like, "Man, you have muscles." Like I just, for some reason, I just like flexed in front of them. Like, okay, I guess I do. And then like towards the end of the day, like Anus told her mother about it. Like, "Did you know that Matt has muscles?" And then, like the mother was like, "Yeah, I know he does." And then like Anus was like, "Do you want to see them?" And then like the mother just like got up, like she was leaning on the desk, so like she got up and like was like she walked up to me and like, "Yeah, I want to see some muscles right now." So like I just like took off my sweatshirt slowly, and I was like that, and then like I even like surprised like a newish guy who like moved from second shift to like first shifts. I looked up and I just saw him like looking over like, "Wow." So I was like, "What's going on here?" What the fuck?
I would have like shouted like Zaddy just like really loud and like the most sus voice. Zaddy! Zaddy! Catch everyone off guard.
Like, alright. What the fuck is going on? Okay. Okay. Okay, that's not really important. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Okay, so at the end of this day, I left the area a little bit early. You're supposed to punch out at 3 p.m. specifically, after 3 p.m. And I got at the punch out machine, like walking by at like 2:59. So I pretty much had to get my stuff, and by the time I got my stuff, it was 3, so I just walked back out. And then when I walked out of the locker room to like go punch out, fucking Lydia was coming up, about to walk down the stairs. So yeah, when she was walking down the stairs, we had like this moment of like a second of like eye contact, and then like it was just like, okay, she walked past me, I punch out, and then start to head in the cafeteria to like leave. So then I walk in the cafeteria, I go down. So basically the cafeteria is like 2 rows of tables. That's all you really need to know. So like there's like an outer kind of side, there's a middle aisle, and there's an outer aisle on like the outside. I walked down through the middle aisle because like there was no one there. Lydia was in there getting her like food bag and shit on like the end corner of like the third layer. So I just walked down it, and then for some reason there's no one. When she turned around, there's like someone who was in there that was in the aisle like to the right of me. And by that time when I was like starting to walk down the aisle, they were gone. So there was no one in the aisle to the right of me. But Lydia still went down the middle aisle. And then like we had like another second of like eye contact, and I was just like, okay, stop this. So I walked past her, and I was like, yeah, that's it. So that was fun to deal with. Thursday, February 1st. What happened this day? Because I forgot. Oh, yeah, okay. So early on in the day, basically, at my area, the aisle in front of us, neither of them were there, but the machine, like the aisle over to the right, Alyssa was there for that day. I think. No, Lydia was there for that day. So she was at the machine, but then the machine that Alyssa was at was on an aisle over behind like the supervisor desk, but then like something was happening with it, I guess. So they for some reason decided to move her to work with Lydia. So both of them were working in the same area together nearby. And then someone pointed it out, and Anus was like, "Oh my god, both the girls are there!" And then like so stuff was just being said, and then like more than half the time I looked over to them, like there's a like 70-80% chance that one of them was going to be looking over. And most of the time it was Alyssa looking over, because she was already like facing in the general direction, like making boxes for Lydia. It was fun. It was really fucking cool and nice, and yeah,
epic.
Yeah, it was epic. Yeah, it was really fucking tiring. I was not prepared for that in the morning. Okay. So every so often, I would just like go over to like talk to Anus and Jeffrey, and then like in the middle of like talking, like Alyssa I would like be looking down the hallway or something, and then in the corner of my eye I'd like just like look over, and like Alyssa I would just like see like staring over, and then she had to go back to her machine, and then after that I would like go back up to them and I'd talk to them, and then like the same thing would happen. I would look over to the machine, and this time it would be like Lydia looking over. So it's just like, what's going on? Like, what do I do in this situation? Okay. God damn it. So, randomly, I'm nearby Anus and Jeffrey, and we have these boxes in front of us. Small boxes. Sometimes I just throw them in there, twirl them around, make them try and land on their bottom side. and then one throw, when I'm throwing in there, hits me in the face by accident, and I get so flustered, so I just like kind of like walk away, right away, and then like I just like I kind of hide behind these boxes. And then, like, I just kind of started to, like, talk to Anus and Jeffrey about it, like, what had happened. Like, I just hit myself in the face with the box. And then, eventually, like, a few seconds later, I walk from behind the boxes. And then, for some reason, I decide to, like, while I'm walking up to them again, reveal myself, I decide, like, okay, I'm gonna look in her direction to make sure if she's looking over or not. And then the second I walk from behind the boxes, I see Lydia already, like, staying over. And, like, so basically what she sees is, like, me not in view, and then she sees me walking from behind the boxes, and then, like, from the distance, she just sees me, like, mouth the words, "Oh shit." I just go over to Anus and Jeffrey. I'm just like, I try and like have a conversation with them.
That's something I would do. Just like I'm like trying to like get a glance, and I look back. I'll be like, "Oh shit!" Just yeah, but like I'm just like already like looking in her direction. So like what she sees from the distance is just like
me mouthing the words, "Oh shit." Just like, wow, cool. Oh god. Right. But yeah, so in wave 2, I start unwrapping more plastic wrap, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do that, and then like I look up towards Lydia's machine. So Lydia at that point is like looking, like her body's facing towards her machine. She has paper in her hands, and then I look up. Her head's turned my way, staring at me already. So that's fun. That's cool. That's fantastic. You know? Yeah, and then so later that day at lunch, can you stop fucking looking up Harry Mandela while I'm telling you this shit? We can figure that out during when we play.
There wasn't much anyway.
Oh, okay. So during lunch,
yeah,
I walk through the cafeteria. This time instead of her other friend, there's this older lady with her who's also like good friends with her and her friend, like this older like Russian lady.
Okay.
And she's just sitting at the table with Lydia, and as I pass by, I'm just like looking out the window as I walk up to the door, and then in the corner of my eye, I didn't like look over, but like I noticed that like the older lady was like kind of like staring up at me to like do whatever, I guess. But then like I have like memories where like this older lady, like she will literally like this is one of the ladies where like that one time where like Lydia was like talking to her and her friend, and like she would just like look over immediately after. So like I feel like this older lady just like, I don't know, like just keeping an eye out, not, I don't know, like just I don't know how to say it into words, but like just like also helping Lydia, like how Lucy is helping me, and like just seeing if like I stare or like look at Lydia like the same way Lucy like sometimes would look out for me with Lydia if she were to like look over at me. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Sorry, that's great. And then at the end of the day, like with an hour left, I had taken out the trash, and I was like, okay, that's all I have to do. That's all the trash I have to do today. And then the last 10 minutes, Camilla, the mother, was like, with 10 minutes left, was like, alright, Matt, take out the trash one more time. And I go to take out the trash, one bin this time, and then I see at Lydia's area that like she moves her bin like for like a second, not that much. So I was like worried at first, like, oh gosh, like we're gonna go at the same time. Like I don't want her to think like I'm taking out the trash now, because she is, right? So like, but like then I'm just like, oh wait, no, she moved her bin for like 1 second. I'm fine. I'm in the clear. And then like, I go walk down the hallway, the walkway through the warehouse floor. I pass by this funny black guy who makes noises. I probably talked about him already. I just forgot what name I made up for him. But like I just go Papa Blubo, and then like he's just like Papa Blubo, and like I just start laughing, and then like I just start smiling, and then like I look down to the right of me, down the other hallway that like meets up to like where I'm going. I fucking see Lydia walking by with her bed, and then
she
like
saw you just gibbering.
and then I just see her like with still the smile on my face, and then like the second I turn around, I was just like, my smile turned from like happiness to like fear.
Yeah.
Like fuck. Like, so yeah, I kind of just like hurried up. I like kind of like threw all my shit out, and then I just kind of like went back, and that was that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a genuine crush if you have intense fear every time they're in the
room. Yeah, every time we walk by each other, I just feel like an immense pressure of like, don't fuck up, don't fuck up. Like, I don't want to like trip somehow when I'm like in her presence.
You're like standing still. You're just still scared you're gonna somehow fall.
I just feel like I'm gonna like, my legs are gonna combust and I'm gonna fall on the ground somehow. Like, it wouldn't even be my fault. Instead, like, she would be like actually generally feeling bad for me, but like I'd be like on the ground like, cover me! I don't want her to see me like this. It's embarrassing. So yeah, Friday, yesterday, nothing really happened. Like, there's a lot of people. I still saw her looking over there from time to time. She had resting bitch face at some point and I got scared, so I kind of just like stopped looking for like a few moments. But like at the end of the day, nothing had really happened. And then I saw Lucy. So I was just like, I went up to her, like I was like, mom, like,
oh.
and then like no, but she was like, hi, what's up? And then I just like was like, high five, and then we high fived. But then like I was just like, Lydia had been like looking at me a lot lately, and she's like, oh really? And then, like I told her what Anus did in the cafeteria, and then like Lucy out of nowhere dropped a bombshell.
Oh no! Uh-oh.
She told me that like, I noticed this and I told Doug this, but ever since you started eating like in the Covey spot, what's so fucking funny?
It's just like this is a realization this triggered because you were just eating in a spot.
No. I told you to pay attention. Remember when I said like this is gonna be important later? This is the important part. Okay. So basically, obviously I started eating like second lunch like in a new area, like past the cafeteria and like a little secluded area. Lucy told me ever since I started to do that, Lydia has sometimes she's seen Lydia sit in the same exact spot as I do sometimes, like where I go eat to lunch. Yeah.
She want to feel the warmth or something?
Like,
your ass on the seat?
I literally I asked like Lucy like, wait, like, so she's been doing that ever since I started sitting in that area? And she's like, yeah. And then like my intrusive thoughts won. I was like, so what if like Lydia goes up to the chair and she's just like sniffs it?
Die and go to heaven, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so I went to punch out, and despite Lydia leaving like 3 minutes before, somehow she was still in the building. And then I was like, as I was going to punch out, I saw her walking up the stairs and leaving. And I was like, okay, God is trying to tell me to do something, but I'm too much of a pussy, so I'm still not gonna do it. I'm not gonna talk to her still.
That's literally me.
Like
that's me at the gym.
There's so many hints for like me to talk to her. There's so many people telling me to like talk to her and just be like, hi, hello, short woman. But like I can't do it. Like it's just like,
greeting, short female.
Greetings, short woman. How are you today? Like, oh my god. It's actually insane. Like, how much, like, happens and I'm still like, no, I don't think I want to talk to her. She's scary. She's like less than 5 feet, by the way.
You're so scared of her.
I'm like, yeah, like,
I mean, if she's like Tina, yeah. So if she's like short, yeah.
Yeah. But like, just in general, like, even if she like was like white or some shit, and like whatever height, like the nicest looking person ever, I think I would still probably be like, oh, scary woman.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, like, yeah. I feel like there's been also times where like I just caught I've been caught off so much by her that like my face easily becomes red when like I get like in like a state of like shock or like embarrassment or like enjoyment or whatever. So like I feel like she's seeing like me blush from afar, and I'm just like fuck.
Valentine's Day's coming up.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day's coming up. My work used to have you could buy flowers day.
Maybe this is the year that like
This is
maybe this is the year.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the year that something finally happens. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything about it, so if she wants to talk, she can. You know?
Oh.
What are the odds that like, she listens to like watches?
She's
anything?
one of our 10 subs.
She's one of them. Like, okay. I can't say your real name. It begins with a J. But if you're watching this, anytime next week at work, I want you to give me a thumbs up. And if you give me a thumbs up, I will lose my shit. But I will go up to you and I'll be like, hi. And then I'll fold immediately and I'll run away. Because I'm still scared of you a lot. So, yeah.
Dude, just imagine the anxiety that you do get the thumbs up. The anxiety you get. I would be like so terrified. Like, oh no! She saw Minecraft.
Yeah. I don't think we talked about it in Minecraft.
Well, what we talk about on Minecraft.
Yeah, what we talk about in Minecraft.
What we talk about on Minecraft.
Yeah. Please don't watch Minecraft if you're familiar with this channel. Just like you know that series. In fact, we'll probably have all the videos privated and deleted by the time you watch this, unfortunately, because of copyright strikes and death threats. So
from what? What?
From Mojang themselves.
Mr. Minecraft?
Yeah, Mr. Nosh himself.
Mr. Minecraft?
Yeah. So yeah, bummer, you can't watch it, unfortunately. That sucks. Anything else to say? Because this podcast is 2 hours long.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Okay.
I'm very excited for the game.
Yeah? I don't think I asked.
Cool.
Okay. So just give me a thumbs up. Do a little wave. Cartwheel too, just to be safe. Just so I don't think it's like a coincidence. Do like a backflip. Just like in one area. Like do a perfect backflip. So if you do a backflip, if you do all three of those things in that specific order, you do a thumbs up, and then you wave, and then you backflip. And I'll know, oh yeah, she's the one.
Hi, backflip.
But just to be safe, pull out a bag of Takis and then start eating them too. So, thumbs up, wave, backflip, go in your bag, get a bag of Takis, start eating them.
Just will a bag of Takis out of existence.
Small bag of Takis doesn't need to be a big one. You can pull out like a plastic bag, like a sandwich bag, eat one, munch, back to work. I'm gonna be so scared shitless if that actually happens. Like, if that actually does be like a thing that happens in reality.
I'm just imagining a dating site just being like, I need to know if you're the one. Please give me a thumbs up, wave, do a backflip, then you get a bag of Takis. Please record a video of yourself doing a thumbs up, waving, doing a backflip, and then eating a bag of Takis, please.
5 minutes later, she just sends it. Oh, okay. Damn.
Propose right then and there.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.